Have you ever wondered why the smallest things in life, like a simple cup of yogurt in the morning, can make such a big difference in how your body feels? I know, it sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? We've gotten so used to looking for complicated answers to the pain that's slowly become part of our everyday lives, especially as we get older. But today, I want to invite you to look back at something much more familiar, something you've probably eaten before, maybe overlooked, or maybe even chosen the wrong way: yogurt. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Margaret. She's 67. She came to see me because her knees had started feeling stiff every single morning. It took her nearly 30 minutes just to feel like she could walk normally. She tried everything, different medications, all kinds of topical creams, but nothing seemed to make a real difference. So we sat down and talked. I asked her about her diet, and she laughed. "Doctor," she said, "I eat pretty simple. Breakfast is toast, black coffee, and sometimes, well, nothing at all." I suggested one small change. "Margaret," I said, "let's try adding yogurt to your breakfast every day, but not just any yogurt. No sugar, live cultures, and if possible, go with the plain whole milk kind, the kind that hasn't been overly processed." Now you might be thinking, yogurt? What does yogurt have to do with my knees? And I get it, it's a fair question. But I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. Inside your body, there's an entire world we don't often think about: your gut. And here's the surprising part. Those aches in your joints, sometimes they don't actually start in your joints. They start right there in your gut. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But it's something science has been pointing to for years now. When your digestive system is out of balance, when the bad bacteria in your gut outnumber the good, your body responds in one very clear way: inflammation. And not just inflammation in your stomach. It becomes a system-wide issue. Your whole body gets inflamed. Your knees, your wrists, your back, even your fingers. That's when you feel that dull pain in your wrists while opening a jar, the soreness in your back when you bend down to tie your shoes, or the stiffness in your legs when you stand up after sitting for too long. That's why I often call probiotic-rich yogurt a best friend to your joints. She came to see me because her knees had started feeling stiff every single morning. It took her nearly 30 minutes just to feel like she could walk normally. She tried everything, different medications, all kinds of topical creams, but nothing seemed to make a real difference. So we sat down and talked. I asked her about her diet, and she laughed. "Doctor," she said, "I eat pretty simple. Breakfast is toast, black coffee, and sometimes, well, nothing at all." I suggested one small change. "Margaret," I said, "let's try adding yogurt to your breakfast every day, but not just any yogurt. No sugar, live cultures, and if possible, go with the plain, whole milk kind, the kind that hasn't been overly processed." Probiotics, also known as live cultures, are the friendly bacteria that help restore balance in your gut. And when your gut is healthy, your body naturally starts to calm the inflammation. And when inflammation goes down, guess what happens? Pain begins to ease. Your joints move more freely, and life just feels a little lighter. But yogurt doesn't stop there. It's also one of the gentlest sources of natural protein out there, perfect for older adults. Protein doesn't just help maintain your energy levels. It supports the muscles around your joints, so there's less direct pressure on your cartilage and ligaments. And when your muscles are stronger, your joints don't have to work so hard. On top of that, yogurt gives you something even more powerful: vitamin D and vitamin K2, two essential nutrients for strong, healthy bones. Now, you've probably heard of vitamin D. It helps your body absorb calcium. But here's the thing most people don't realize. Without enough vitamin K2, that calcium might not end up in your bones. It could get stuck in your arteries instead. That's why the right kind of yogurt, one with real, live cultures and minimal processing, can help your body use both of these vitamins the way nature intended, to keep your bones strong and your joints moving with ease. But let me be very clear about something important. Not all yogurt is created equal. Some of the most popular yogurts out there, yes, the ones right at eye level on the grocery store shelf, have more sugar than a can of soda. They're packed with artificial flavors, colors, and thickeners, all of which can make inflammation even worse. That's why I always tell my patients, just like I told Margaret, skip the sweet stuff. Go for something simple, plain, real. The kind of yogurt that nourishes you, like the way you care for yourself each day, gently, honestly, and without all the extra noise. I know, this isn't some kind of miracle. You won't take one spoonful of yogurt and feel the pain vanish overnight. But just like anything truly worthwhile in life, you can also get to a war there that the world comes from consistency. To show ruled and fun day to pushes now from showing up for yourself day by day. Choosing to love and care for your body within small, quiet ways. And the outside, Mancini, you got it Terra Point for some mention. To worked up care for your body and your Majin. Margaret came back to my clinic 3 months later. She walked in with a soft smile and said, I still feel the pain sometimes, but it's not like before. And every morning I have my yogurt, like a little gift I give myself. That moment stuck with me. And wife all they uses, and actually so quite know it. Because it's never just about food, it's about the relationship we build with ourselves, especially as we grow older. And I want you to have that gift too. Something small, something simple, but powerful enough to change how you feel in your own body day after day. And just as yogurt be more than a snack, let yogurt be more than a snack. When you use that in exactly consistency to compel up with yourself, let it be a quiet reward. You can also know the sacks. Let it be a quiet your joints, for your body, for social many off you bowl life, to wait at the world, and for the strong, resilient person you've become with time. Would you like me to help you wrap this into a full closing statement for the video? Or continue with a natural transition into the next tip or food recommendation? Why not try something small and really listen to how your body responds? Who knows? You might just discover something as wonderful as Margaret did. When most people think of yogurt, their minds jump straight to low-fat, non-fat, or those little colorful tubs lining the grocery store shelves. But sometimes it's the simplest, most natural, and purest things that our bodies truly need. Today, I want to talk about real yogurt made from whole milk and packed with live, active cultures. A good friend of mine who's also a geriatric doctor once told me, we're living in a time where the less processed our food is, the better it is for our health. And I couldn't agree more, because pure whole milk yogurt without added sugars or artificial sweeteners is truly a healing food. Did you know? The fat in whole milk isn't the enemy that many people think it is. On the contrary, it helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like D and K2, two nutrients that are absolutely vital for your bones and joints. Without fat, those vitamins just pass right through your body without leaving any benefit. But when you eat a spoonful of whole milk yogurt, rich with live cultures, your body gets a kind of delivery truck that transports those nutrients straight to your bones, joints, and immune system. Because I once had a patient named Carlos. He's 71 years old and was always afraid of fat. For years, he avoided all whole fat products because he was worried about his cholesterol. But then after he slipped and broke his wrist, tests showed his bone density was seriously low. We adjusted his diet, bringing whole milk yogurt with live cultures back into his breakfast routine. Not much, just a small cup, with some walnuts and blueberries added. 6 months later, he came back with much improved bone density test results. And here's the great part. His cholesterol hadn't gone up at all. You see, the issue isn't fat itself. It's the quality and naturalness of the food you eat. Whole milk yogurt is a perfect example of caring for your joints from the inside out without needing medicine. Now, I want you to imagine this. Every morning you take 5 quiet minutes just to sit and enjoy a cup of yogurt. No rush, no phone, just a gentle, nourishing start for your body. You add a bit of flaxseed for its anti-inflammatory benefits, a spoonful of raw honey to soothe your gut, and a few slices of banana or some blueberries to nourish your cells with antioxidants. This is no longer just a meal, it's a ritual of renewal. What's important here? Choosing the right kind of yogurt. Start reading labels carefully. If you see whole milk, live active cultures, and no sugar, artificial colors, or flavorings, then you're holding a true gift for your joint and digestive health. On the other hand, if you see words like low fat but sweetened with sucralose, artificial thickeners, or a long list of additives, then I'm sorry, that's no longer real yogurt. It's an industrial product disguised as a health food. I'm not saying yogurt is a miracle cure, but from my experience with thousands of patients, I truly believe real food can create real change. The question I want you to ask yourself today is, what am I feeding my body every day? Is what you eat helping to ease your joint pain, or is it unknowingly making things worse? You deserve a life without the fear of getting out of bed each morning. You deserve meals that soothe your body instead of stressing it out. And sometimes, that starts simply with a cup of pure, whole milk yogurt. Give your body a chance to heal, not by magic, but through kindness, consistency, and care every single day. I believe in you. Have you ever felt your stomach just feel heavy or uncomfortable after drinking milk or eating dairy? Maybe it's bloating, or a dull ache, or just this vague feeling that something's off. If you nodded yes, you're definitely not alone. A lot of my patients, especially those over 50, start noticing that animal milk just isn't as easy to digest as it used to be. Thankfully, modern nutrition science gives us a great alternative: plant-based yogurt with live cultures. I remember one patient named Barbara, she's 67. She came to me once and said, "Doc, I've stopped drinking cow's milk for years now, but I still want to eat yogurt because I heard it's good for digestion." I suggested she try almond and coconut yogurt that actually contains live probiotics. 3 months later, Barbara came back, took my hand and smiled. "Not only is my stomach much calmer, but my knees hurt less too. I'm now walking almost an hour every morning without the pain I used to have." So, what's the magic here? Probiotics, those live cultures, are still the real stars in plant-based yogurts. Even without dairy, these good bacteria help balance your gut, reduce inflammation throughout the body. And as we know, inflammation is the root cause of joint pain. Imagine your body like a garden. If the soil, your gut, is properly nourished, then the plants, your bones, joints, and immune system, grow strong and vibrant. And the best part? Plant-based yogurts aren't just healthy. They come in a variety of delicious, colorful options. Coconut yogurt, smooth, lightly creamy, rich in healthy fats like MCTs that help fight inflammation and boost energy. Almond yogurt, mild and fragrant, packed with vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects your joints from aging. Cashew yogurt, rich, silky, containing magnesium, a mineral essential for easing stiffness and joint aches. But, just like dairy yogurt, not all plant-based yogurts are created equal. You need to learn how to read labels like a health gatekeeper for yourself. Look for these things: clear wording like live active cultures. That means real live probiotics. No added sugars or only lightly sweetened with natural fruit. No artificial thickeners, colors, or flavorings. I always tell my patients, if you can't recognize the ingredient names on the label, then your body probably won't recognize them either. Now you might be wondering, when's the best time to eat plant-based yogurt? Right, here's a simple suggestion. Right after breakfast, to start your day gently, or in the afternoon, instead of reaching for snacks loaded with sugar or salt. You can mix in some chia seeds, flax seeds, a spoonful of almond butter, or some frozen blueberries. It tastes great, nourishes your joints, and is a gift for your heart, brain, and gut too. What I love most about plant-based yogurt isn't just the nutritional benefits, it's the sense of control it gives you. Even if you can't have cow's milk, you still have the power to actively care for your joint health in a healthy, sustainable way. You don't have to take medicine every day. You don't have to change your whole life just to feel less pain. You just need to make one good choice for your body each day. Just one small cup, but it can mean a lot. Yogurt, whether dairy or plant-based, isn't magic, but if you stick with it, it can become a quiet companion, supporting you from within every single day. Ask yourself, have I really been listening to my body? Maybe it's just about changing your dessert or swapping a snack for something real, gentle, and nourishing. And then, the next day, you wake up feeling lighter, less pain, a calmer mind. I call this healing with kindness. Let's start now, with a small spoonful, but filled with love. Dear friend, we've traveled a short but meaningful path today. From a tiny cup of yogurt, we've uncovered something much bigger, Our bodies don't need anything complicated. They just need to be loved the right way every day. I understand. Aging sometimes makes us feel like our bodies are becoming someone else. Slower, weaker, more fragile. But I truly believe inside every person over 50, there is a deep, resilient inner strength. I once met a man, 72 years old, who had knee pain so bad he needed a cane. 6 months later, he stood in front of me, cane-free, smiling, and said, "Doctor, I just started with something small, replacing breakfast with yogurt and walking slowly every morning. I'm not younger, but I'm healthier than I was last year." That story made me think a lot. Maybe healing doesn't come from pushing too hard, but from steady kindness toward ourselves. So, if you're in pain, feeling tired, wondering, is there a gentler way than medicine? Try starting with the smallest step. A cup of yogurt, full of good bacteria, wholesome nutrients, and the care you give yourself. I don't promise it's a miracle, but I believe if you keep at it, if you listen to your body every day, one day you'll be surprised to find yourself healthier, not because of something big, but because of small, kind, persistent choices. You deserve to live well. You deserve to wake up without pain. You deserve to step out on your balcony, take a deep breath, and smile at yourself. And if this video has sparked something in you, a little hope, a bit of motivation, just a tiny spark, then I hope you'll share it with your loved ones, your friends, or simply save it to remind yourself every day. And don't forget, hit like, subscribe, because we're always here, walking alongside you on the journey to living well and peacefully after 50.